With that said, I would like to go ahead and introduce our first two speakers today. We'll be starting off with Daniel and Tomoko, who'll be talking about the customer support portal, user management access, and whatnot. Let me go ahead and bring them in as presenters. And I will stop sharing my screen. Hello, Daniel, and hello, Tomoko.
Hi, Charles.
How's it going today?
It's going fine. It's going good.
Fantastic.
Thank you,
I will
everyone.
go ahead and be quiet, and I will hand the show over to you, both of you.
Sure. Thank you, Charles, for the introduction, and welcome everyone to the workshop. I'm Daniel, and I've been with the customer support team since May 2018. As part of the customer service team, the team that I'm in, we assist with non-technical administrative cases. Today, my team will give an introduction about the customer support team, and we will also explain the purpose of the customer support portal and its functionality. So here is the agenda for today. So we will introduce what is the customer support representative team and what is the
Just to be clear, nobody's sharing screen at the moment, just so you know.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Okay.
Looks good now. Thanks.
Really sorry. Can everyone see the screen?
Yep, you're all set.
Okay. So as I've mentioned, I've been with the customer support team since May 2018. So the team that I'm in will assist with non-technical admin cases. And today my team will give an introduction about the customer support team, and we will also explain the purpose of the customer support portal and its functionality. So here is the agenda for today. So we'll begin with the introduction of the CSR team, and we'll talk about what is the Palo Alto Network's customer support portal, which is CSP for short. And we will also talk about how to manage your CSP account, such as how to create your user account, how to log into the CSP, how to reset a password, how to create an admin case or a technical support case in the CSP, how to manage a case in the CSP, and how to get help for CSP login issues, such as 2FA issues. We will also talk about how to manage the assets that are in the CSP, such as how to transfer a device in the CSP, how to accept or reject a device transfer, how to transfer licenses in the CSP. And lastly, we'll talk about RMA best practices, understanding the RMA process, types of RMAs offered, special considerations in RMA, and some important policies to take note for RMA. So now I will actually start off with the introduction of the customer support team before I hand it over to my colleague Tomoko to talk about the customer support portal. So as mentioned in the beginning of the session, we are part of the global customer support team, which comprises of technical support, customer service, and hardware services that provide around-the-clock web or phone support. So the CSR team assists customers in areas related to the CSP and Hub, product registration and license management, account and inventory management, member management, and case management, and other admin matters. We also have digital resources such as knowledge base, live community, beacon, tech docs, and other self-service tools that are available 24/7. And our mission statement is to provide top quality service with exceptional customer satisfaction. I will now hand over to Tomoko to talk about the customer support portal. Thank you, Tomoko.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Hello, everyone. Once again, thank you so much for joining the workshop today. Okay, so let me share my screen. All right, so I, Tomoko, will talk about CSP account management today. So before we begin, I'd like to mention that we often refer to the support portal by its initials, Customer Support Portal. So from now on, I will abbreviate it as CSP. So first, let me explain the Palo Alto Network CSP. Okay, next. Okay, so the CSP has 5 main functions. Okay, from the left, okay, there are asset management and group management and resources and support case management and member management. Okay. So our CSP centralizes all necessary resources, making it easier to navigate support case and quick access support and answers. So there are also support portal user documents available, and I'd like to show you how they look. So our knowledge base pages are accessible even to those who do not yet have a CSP user account. Okay, let me show you. Sorry, I think everyone cannot see my screen. Okay, let me stop my sharing first and okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so this is our support portal user documents. Okay, so as you can see, it is possible to review various knowledge bases. For example, if you'd like to check the CSP user role matrix, there's the article. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so if you'd like to check the user role matrix, it's placed under member management. So if you'd like to check the article, okay, you can see the user role matrix page. Okay. So I hope you find it helpful. Okay, so now let's go back to the previous slide and move on to the next page. Okay, so before we begin, let me explain why a CSP user account is necessary. To access the 5 main features introduced earlier on the CSP, a CSP user account is required. Therefore, creating a user account is essential. Next. Okay, so as you see on this slide, creating a CSP user account can be completed in 6 steps. First, go to Customer Support Portal Create My Account page. Step 2, enter your email address. Step 3, authenticate your email address. Step 4, register product. Step 5, your CSP account. And step 6, welcome to Customer Support Portal. So we have a step-by-step guide. So I will access knowledge base again and give you a brief demonstration. Okay, now let's move to the article. Okay, so here is the actual knowledge base page regarding CSP user account creation. So as you can see, it contains the steps, and from step 4, okay, for example, step 4, there's details procedures are provided based on specific situations. Okay, so if you'd like to review the process, please refer to this knowledge base. Okay. Okay, so at step 6, once you create your user account, you'll be able to proceed to activate your support portal user account. Okay, so now let's go back to the previous slide, and I'd like to move on to the next topic. Okay, and I'd like to talk about how to log into the CSP. Okay, so in this section, I will briefly introduce the process of logging to the CSP and how to reset password. It's very simple. Okay, so first, please search for support.paloutnetworks.com to log into our CSP. And then when the CSP login page appears, please click on Sign In. So once you are on the Sign In page, please enter the email address associated with your registered CSP user account in the username field. Okay, so actually your username is your registered email address. Okay, and then click Next. Okay, so this will take you to the password enter screen. Okay, next. Okay, so enter the password you set during user account activation. So if you need a password reset, you can click the Forgot Password to reset your password. Okay, so once you click Verify and Authenticate, you will proceed to the two-factor authentication 2FA steps. Okay, and by the way, this 2FA also needs to be set up during user account activation. Okay, so in the next slide, I will briefly introduce the type of 2FA for your reference before we proceed further. Next. Okay, so here's a 2FA method. At the top, we have Okta Verify and Google Authenticator and Email MFA. So by the way, regarding Email MFA, as you can see on the slide, effective from September 1st week, new user will no longer have the option to use the Email MFA. However, no change for existing users who are using Email MFA now. Okay, so there is a detailed knowledge based on 2FA as well. So I will briefly show you our article for your reference. All right, so here's the actual knowledge base regarding 2FA. So at the top, over here, at the top, you will find an overview and you can take detailed information and management option for 2FA. Okay. So for example, if you would like to check how Google Authenticator works for you, then you can check the Google Authenticator 2FA instruction. And if you like to check how to manage your 2FA, you can also check how to manage your 2FA. Okay, let me show you. Yes, over here. Okay, so okay, so I hope you find it helpful as well. Okay, so now let's go back to the previous slide and move on to the next page. Okay, so once 2FA is completed, finally you will be logged into the CSP. Okay, so this is the actual CSP. Okay, so in the bottom left of the screen, you will see your name. Yeah, right here. And in the top right, you can check which CSP account you are viewing now. Yeah, right here. Okay. So by the way, the drop-down button next to the CSP account name will be displayed. Yeah, this one. If you have membership in multiple CSP accounts. So if you have membership in only one CSP account, this will not be shown. Okay, so that concludes our introduction to the CSP login process. So now let's move on to the next topic, how to create an admin case or technical support case in the CSP. All right, so first, by opening support can effectively support you until your issue is resolved. So in this topic, I will outline the steps for opening support case. So before we begin, the next slide will cover when to raise an admin case versus a technical support case. Next. Okay, so as you can see on the slide, we have outlined the definitions of when to create an admin case and when to create technical support case. So for admin cases over here, the following type of issues inquiries are related, while for technical support cases, we have these types of issues inquiries. Okay, so I will move to the next page. Okay, so additionally, there are plenty of self-service tools available, which you can access from the resources section in the CSP. So once you log into the CSP, you'll be able to see the resources on the left menu. Okay, so so I hope you get a chance to explore them. As you can see, there is, for example, knowledge base link, and there's also a learning center link and live community, etc. Okay, so in the next slide, I will introduce how to create an admin case. Next. Okay, so this is the home screen of the CSP. There are these tiles at the top here. So please click on please click on the create a case tile on the left here. So clicking the tile will take you to the next page. Okay, so if you need technical support, please click on the left over here. For the admin cases, click the tile on the right. So now let's move on to the next slide, and I will first introduce the process of creating an admin case. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, if you want to create an admin case, please click the tile on the right. Okay, and once you click, the select your product section will appear. So please choose the relevant product from here. Okay. So by the way, if your inquiry is not related to a specific product, it's fine to select an appropriate product. Okay, let's move on to the next page. All right, so this time I will select firewall as an example. Okay, so once you select the firewall over here, once select, then you will be able to see select or enter your asset ID, serial number. Okay, so I will choose the PAVM 700 registered in CSP, for example. Okay, so by the way, if you want to search for registered serial number, you can also select from filter over here, filter. Okay, and you can search the serial number. Okay. Let's move on to the next page. All right, so after selecting the serial number, the request type and request category section will appear. So please choose the option that is most relevant. So at this time, I choose onboarding and activation for request type, and I choose license activation for request category. Okay, so once you select the request type and request category, the describe the issued and share symptoms if available section will appear. So once you have finished entering the information, next click. This button. Okay. After click next, the indicate the impact of the issue section will appear. So please make your selection over here. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so after selecting the priority, the recommended solution to review before you proceed section will be displayed. This one. So here article will be shown based on the information you provided. So if you cannot find the answer in the articles, please feel free to click next. Next. Okay. And once you click next, as the final step, please enter your most appropriate phone number, and then click file a case to create a case. Here. Okay, so congratulations. Once you click file case, the case number and the information you entered will be displayed. So if you want to upload files or a screenshot, please select over here, browser files to upload your files. Okay. All right, so that concludes the process for creating admin case. In the next slide, I will explain how to create a technical support case. Okay, so the process is very similar to admin case creation. So creation with just a few additional sections. Next. Okay, so to create a technical support case, please click the tile on the left that says create technical case over here. So after that, follow the steps as in admin case creation. Select the relevant product, choose the serial number, and enter information in the describe the issue and share symptoms if available section. So I will skip the illustration since they were already covered earlier in my previous slide. Okay, so after entering information in describe the issue and share symptoms sections, the confirm issue category section will appear. This one. Okay, so as an example, since I selected firewall in select your product, I choose global protect for example. So once you make your selection in the confirm the issue category over here, the indicate the impact of the issue section will appear, just like in admin case creation. So please make your selection. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so once you select the priority over here, the recommended solution to review before you proceed section will appear, just like in admin case creation. So article will be displayed based on the information you provided over here. Okay, so at this time, I chose firewall and global protect. So as you can see, there is global protect overview article technical documentations, and there's also Palo Alto Network's next generation firewalls tech docs. Okay. So if you cannot find an answer in that articles, yes, of course, please click next. Okay, so after clicking next, an additional information section will appear over here. And okay, so that was not present during admin case creation. So please select or enter the most relevant information and then click proceed. Okay, so at this time I choose for OS release for PalmOS 6.0.5, and for problem I choose the clientless VPN. Okay, so you also need to enter the information over here. The question is, does the page load partially or any bottoms hyperlinks fail to work? Okay, so once you fill in, yeah, please click proceed. Okay, so once you click proceed, next, please click next. Okay, so finally, as the final step, please enter your most suitable phone number and then click file a case to create a case. Okay, so yeah, congratulations. Okay, so your case has been created. So if you'd like to upload files, yeah, please do so as needed, okay, from the browser files. Okay, so in the next slide, I will explain what to do if you cannot find the device serial number when creating an admin case or a technical support case. Okay, so when you search for the relevant serial number in the select or enter or asset ID, okay, ID or serial number section during the admin case or technical support creation, okay, so this is the message. So if no result available is displayed, the proceed with that serial number option will appear. So clicking that will allow you to continue. So, okay, that concludes the section on how to create an admin case or a technical support case in the CSP. So in the next topic, I will introduce how to manage a support case in the CSP. Okay, so first, to access the case list, please click support in the menu at the top left of the CSP home. Yeah, over here. If you have membership with multiple CSP accounts, please select the appropriate customer account using the account selector before clicking support. Okay, right here. Okay, so once you click support, okay, it will take you to the case page, as you can see on the slide. So cases opened under your name will be displayed under the My Cases tab over here, while case opened by your colleagues will be shown under My Company Cases over here. Okay, so by clicking on the case you want to check, you can proceed to the next page. So basically you can see the case number over here. Case. Okay, so so once you click the case, you will be directed to this management page. And actually the case management page is very straightforward and has 4 tabs. So from the left to right, okay, over here, case and asset information, and case files, subscribers, and manage your case. Okay, so each tab includes the case comments section. Okay, so first, in the case and asset information tab, you can check the current case status and details about the case as shown here. Okay, we are at case and asset information, and you can see who is the case owner and when the case has been opened and product category. And you can also find the asset information. Okay, so next, let me introduce the case files tab. Okay, so in the file manager of the case file tab, okay, over here, okay, you can view the files you attached when creating the case, as well as any files attached by our technical support engineer or customer support representative. So you can also upload additional files from this portal by clicking Browser Files. Okay, so next, let me introduce the subscribers. Okay, so this is the subscribers tab, and okay, so as you can see, you can register subscribers such as your colleagues or group aliases. Okay, so this allows them to receive email notification as well from esupport@palotnetworks.com every time there is an update to the case comments. Okay, so basically you can enter the full name and email address and click create. Okay, so next let me introduce the manager case. Okay, so manage your case tab includes 3 additional tabs. From the left to right, they are like request case update and change case priority and request to close case. First, in the request case update section, you can use it when you want to request an update. By filling in the required fields and clicking submit case update request, notification will be sent to the case owner and manager as well, as you can see in the important note. Okay, so let me introduce the change. Okay, so next, please let me introduce the change case priority. Okay, so in the change case priority section, you can modify the case priority based on the situation by filling or selecting the required fields over here. Okay, so for example, if you'd like to upgrade the priority, you can click upgrade the priority, and you can also click why would you like to upgrade the priority. Okay. All right, so finally, let me introduce the request to close case section in the next page. Okay, so you can request to close the case when the issue has been resolved. So please click on the request to close case case. So once we receive the request to close case, we will proceed with case closure per your request and confirmation. Okay, so that concludes the introduction to how to manage a support case in the CSP. So I hope you have gained some clarify regarding support cases. Okay, so all right, in the next topic, I will introduce how to get help with CSP login. All right, so first, the following are some specific example of issues. Okay, so there are mainly three categories. Okay, so issues and 12 issues and request assistance. Okay. And if you look at the image of the support portal login page in the bottom right over here of this slide, you will see tiles for each of the three categories. Okay, from the left, login issues and 12 issues and request assistance. So you can click on one of the tiles based on your issues. Okay, so on the next page, I will introduce the login issues tile. Okay, so the procedure is quite simple. And first click on the login issues tile over here. Once the page transitions, click on diagnose my account over here. And once you click, you will be taken to the next authentication page. Okay, so as part of the authentication process, verification code will be sent to the your registered email address you provided. Okay, so once you enter your email address, please click I'm not robot and submit. And so you can receive the verification code and please enter the authentication code over here. Okay, so once authenticated, the page will transition based on the user's status. Okay, so the following content is one example. So if when diagnosing the user's email address on the system side, it is determined that the user account has not been activated, you will be directed to a screen like the one below, okay, like this. Okay, so by clicking the send link button, you can receive the activation email again, as shown on the right. Okay. So sometimes there's a customer. Okay, for example, they cannot. They have created the support user account. However, they cannot reset the password. But so if you have if you encounter such an issue, yeah, you can visit our login issues page and you can diagnose your user account. Okay, next slide. Okay, on the other hand, if the system determines that further assistance is needed, you will be directed to fill out the following contact support form to submit a case. Okay, so on the next page, I will introduce the 12-way issue tile. Okay, so if you need assistance on the 12-way issues, please click 12-way MFA issues tile. So once you click the tile, you will be directed to the MFA 12-way issue page as shown on the right here. Okay, so as you can see, there is a very detailed instructions in this page. Okay. Okay, so however, if this instruction did not work on your 12-way issues, or you'd like to reset your MFA, for example, you lost your mobile phone or you changed your mobile to a new phone, then please click the toggle beside contact support and then click here. Yeah, over here. Okay, so once you click here, you will be direct to the authentication page. And once authenticated, you will be directed to the contact support form. By filling the form, it will create your support case. Okay, so I will introduce how our request assistance work. Okay, so you can use the request assistance when there are issues with, for example, unable to find serial number, for example, unable to access support cases or unable to create a case. Okay, so you can click the request assistance tab. Okay, so once you click it, you will be directed to the contact support page, and so please click here. Over here. Okay, so you click here button, you will be directed to the authentication page again. And once the authentication is completed, you can reach to the contact support form to raise an admin case. Yeah, here. Okay, so that concludes our introduction on how to get help with CSP login issues. All right, so thank you so much for everyone for your attention. Okay, so this introduction to the role of the CSP account management. So I hope you have a clear understanding of how the CSP contributes to our objectives and enhances our operations. So if you have any questions or need further clarification, please feel free to ask. Okay, so after the Q&A session, we will take a 10 minutes break, and following the break, my colleague Daniel, an expert customer service representative, will introduce the CSP asset management. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Tomoko. You just basically covered everything I was just going to say. So thanks for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Charles.
So, we haven't had any questions come into the chat. So I think we're good there at the moment. If they show up later, if you're still around for a little bit, you can reply to everyone who does ask any questions later on. But thank you very much for the presentation. Really appreciate it. I'm hoping this actually clarifies a lot of things, and I'm sure this is a video that's going to be watched many times in the future by people who are just getting started as Palo Alto Networks customers. It'll give them a good orientation to using the portal, what options to do, and how to get the help that they need. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Charles.
Yep. So we will go ahead and let you go from being a presenter. I will go ahead and take back control right now then. Let me see here.